Did you guys realize that the recent LAN, when Peterbot and Pollo won the game, there was a post-match interview? Peterbot rarely even included Pollo into his considerations and what he did for the team. He just talked about himself and how he was eliminating everyone and so on. So with that being said, this whole video is about a story of Pollo. Enjoy. Pollo, aka Miguel Moreno, aka Peterbot's duo partner, a Fortnite pro that has been associated with Peterbot and doesn't really get that much attention and credit on his own. This is a story of Fortnite's most underrated player, Pollo. Born on May 9th in Mexico, he got into Fortnite through friends and just to play for fun and escape reality. His initial name in Fortnite was Pollo FN9, and I'm sure some of you may have seen that somewhere as he used to do montages. He would actually start competing in Fortnite in 2020 and would see success straight away, with his first ever cup getting him a top 97 in a PC platform cup, and that was his very first cup. So getting top 97 is a huge performance, and not long after that cup, he would see and compete in his first ever FNCS in NA West with a player named Narwhal Shimp 362 and would do surprisingly well, coming in top 53rd and earning himself $400, and this was his first ever earnings, and that at the FNCS, which is really impressive. He would then carry on grinding for the very next FNCS, hoping to do better and better and get more earnings. This time it would be a true FNCS that will be upcoming. At the end of their true FNCS, they would come 30th, which is definitely an improvement to the previous one as they came 53rd. However, they would only take home $550, and split between them would actually make him earn less money that they made in the last FNCS. At this stage of his career, he didn't get much attention or attraction. He was less than a tier 2 pro, and no one really put Pollo up in the FNCS predictions at all. He was very unknown. At this point, he didn't even start streaming or uploading much on YouTube, which made it harder for him to gain fans and other people talking about him. Then comes the year 2022, which is a very important year in Pollo's career, where he would actually level up dramatically in his skill and his earnings and everything. He would get 18th in a duo FNCS, winning $1,000. Then he would get 35th in another FNCS, then 10th in a duo cash cup, and 15th in a duo FNCS with a player named Gio. In total, earning him $3,100, and that's not including the solo cash cup where he got a 5th in. This year as a whole was really important to Pollo, as now with his vast performances and consistency, he would actually make a name for himself in the competitive community, and him getting a 5th in a solo cash cup really pushed out that Pollo is just not dependent on his duos, and it is him that's putting in the work, and he is a top fragger as well. If you thought 2022 was good, it only goes up from here. In 2023, Pollo and this year alone made Pollo who he is today. Regarding him in the past competitions, players might think Pollo is a duo player, but you may be wrong, as Pollo is an incredible solo player. In 2023 January, he came 3rd, 2nd and 1st, and yes, that is in order in solo victory cups that he got, and late game solo cash cups in total, earning him $1.3k in that just 3 competitions, which is outstanding, and they were all solos. He would then change his duo partners to Defiable, where he would find huge success as he would come 2nd place in a FNCS, and this was the first time he reached a podium in a FNCS, earning him $12k, which is huge as he earned more in this one FNCS than he earned in all of them combined previously. And once again, Pollo ended up changing duos mates to Spinks, and you might have heard of him before, where again it was the right call, as in FNCS they would come 3rd, earning themselves $34k, which is a huge step up from the previous FNCS, and already this year has been blistering for Pollo. With another FNCS coming up and some dual cash cups, Pollo will carry on playing with Sphinx, and in total they will earn a staggering 21k, and that's not counting in the 31k they earned from that previous FNCS. Due to his incredible placements and with consistency, other mainstream pros such as Canada Booga had taken a keen eye on Pollo to be their next duo partner. On August 2023, Pollo would actually play with Canada and win $500, but they would never actually play it over again because there was another FNCS coming up and Canada already had a teammate. Speaking of the FNCS, Pollo would play with Spinks and end up coming 16th, earning them $15,000. Due to the drop of earnings since they started playing with each other, they made the decision together to separate. On October 2023, Pollo would play with Peterbot. Yes, let me say that one more time. On October 2023, Pollo would play with Peterbot, and rest is history, who at that point had some success, but Pollo was more decorated in rankings and just more consistent. They would place 11th and win $100. Then they would play some skirmish tournaments together and legit win every single skirmish that they played. At this stage, both of them knew that they wanted to play with each other and they were compatible, Peterbot being the main fragger and Pollo being the IGL. But these roles weren't really cemented, which is what makes this duo really special. They would interchange these roles and listen to each other. After destroying the last few tournaments of 2023, here comes 2024, which would be life-changing to both Peterbot and Pollo. The first major they would get a second, but the dominant performance leading up to that major only scared the pros, and they knew something was going to happen in Major 2. Leading up to Major 2, they won every single duo cash cup, and their landing spot was Grim Gate, which had the mythic Gatekeeper shotgun, which is one of the most broken shotguns in the game, as it has 3 bullets, and those 3 bullets do insane damage, especially being mythic, and shooting them at a faster rate basically guarantees you at least 1 kill. And the Dash Medallion, which is potentially the most broken thing in all of Fortnite, as you only have it. Only one person in the game has that dash medallion, and he can just dash back and forth with immense control that Peterbot had. It was basically a GG's for everyone, and on top of that, it gave 50 shield every time. Due to their dominant performances in the duo cash cup, no one really wanted to contest them, as it was result in them losing money, so they just got the whole POI to themselves and all this for free. And I'm just gonna dash a clip of this in where Canada is genuinely scared of Peterbot and running away, just to show how feared they really were.
Medallion and run. Drop the medallion and run. You're getting keyed by Grim right now. Run. Run away. Run away. Peter's coming. Peter's coming. Run. Run, Cooper. Run!
Completely dominating it and getting over 1,000 points in the FNCS, breaking almost every kill placement records. This was a record-breaking performance by a duo in the history of Fortnite. The thing with Pollo is that not only has he got a brain of Megamind, but he also got the ability to absolutely shit on kids in Fortnite and do insane clutches. His mechanics are often neglected since Peterbot is more flashy, as that is his playstyle, but Peterbot's mechs are diabolical too. I'm gonna be dashing some clips on the screen just to show you what Pollo is actually about. And what's more impressive to me is the dual synergy they have together, especially in the end games, which is what is most difficult for other duos, other pro duos. As mentioned before, they have split roles, so in the end game, Peterbot is usually the one making decisions, and with their fast moving style, they always seems to stick together like glue, which is really impressive. This is what really makes them have such a high elimination time and always placing higher, and really quick elim time, which is really important in the end games, as getting the refreshes is what's most key. And let's just talk about the FNCS Major 3 that was coming up after this part. Pollo and Peterbot once again was eyeing up the first base, and not to waste any time, yes, they got the first place once again. Surprise, surprise. They had quite a bit of competition for Batman Booger's team, which actually came second, but had played one less game because their PCs crashed. However, they pulled it off, and honestly, what a run it has been so far for them. They came second in Major 1, first in Major 2, first in Major 3, and now the only thing that was left was the LAN, and that was the only last big competition for this year. Also, if they get first in this, they will be honestly the most dominant streak in a year we have ever seen. And Queasy and Veno, I know you guys are saying that they won six wins and they had a really dominant year, but I feel like this is just way more dominant. Now the only thing that left to do was doing the same in an epic controlled environment, the LAN. This was the opportunity to do it again in a bigger stage, and oh boy did they do it. Pollo clutched up a win.
Doesn't quite find it. Peterbot's hurt though. It's a low ground attack. Pollo by himself here, but the trade from Peterbot up top, he has done what he needed to, and Pollo takes down Agers and clutches out the win from the low ground with back-to-back dubs.
Done considerable amounts of damage while IGLing for most of the game, as he out-damaged some fraggers in the FNCS, and that was him being IGL for most of the game, playing the perfect role for Peterbot so that Peterbot can play perfectly to his game and pick up eliminations, as there's no doubt that Pollo and the whole world knows that Peterbot is the best player currently in Fortnite. So giving him the most freedom and just letting him do whatever he wants while he's got other stuff covered is going to make them succeed together. And this is really important mentality that Pollo has, just letting Peterbot do what he wants to do so he can get surge, kills, refreshes, and basically win the game. Recently a dual cash cup happened, and to no one's surprise they got first again, but this time it was a tie within the team. But due to them having more average elims, they ended up getting the win, so the winning just doesn't stop for Peterbot and Pollo. Let's see how many FNCS wins Fortnite has stored for them, with a considerable amount of money earned and a staggering 480,725 money earned so far in this year. This has been Pollo's Fortnite career. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and watch Mongrel and Mr. Savage video on the screen right now.